And we're here with episode 30 of the Fun Football Podcast. I'm excited. After the holiday break, we took a week off. I am Isaac. This is my co-host Bill with the Cheesehead. I love it.
What's up,
Bill, how
man?
you doing, man?
Good, Isaac. How you doing, buddy? Have a good Merry Christmas to you, man.
I had fun. I'm actually going to show the viewers, give them a little sneak peek. This is my little one's dollhouse behind me. I'm in her game room right now. She got
Nice.
a Miss Pac-Man game. That
Oh,
was
no
pretty
way.
cool.
There
Grandma
you
got
go.
that for her.
That's
And
awesome.
yeah, man, it was awesome. We took 4 hours building a dollhouse, which was kind of nuts,
Wow.
if you can believe that. Yeah.
With those
Okay.
instructions too.
I said it exactly. I said it to public. It's ready to go.
Awesome.
We're here, and yeah, the holidays were great, man. It was honestly really nice to
Good.
recharge and
Good.
take a week off. What'd
Yeah.
y'all do?
We basically stayed home. Unfortunately, my wife and my son were sick, so we just stayed home. But other than that, I'm okay. Knock on wood. So, and next week we go out of town to
Well, that's
Disney
good.
World. So hopefully, I'm gonna stay healthy. So
You're going to. So what are y'all have planned in Disney?
we're gonna go to, of course, Animal Kingdom. We're gonna go, of course, see the new Star Wars, town and all that kind of stuff. We have dinner reservations at the Cantina, all kinds of stuff. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
That is awesome. We're considering trying it for next year. I know I'm
Uh-huh.
already here. I'm sharing with everybody so we get a couple people in, but we're
Okay.
thinking about trying it for next year. Is this
Okay.
y'all's first? I think you guys told me. Is this your first time in Disney World?
Oh gosh, no, this will be our sixth time actually. Yeah,
In
we've
Disney
been
World?
to Disney World. Yeah, we've been to Disney World a couple times. Once on our honeymoon, me and a couple times, just me and Debbie, and then I took Will a couple times. So yeah, we've been there quite a bit, and we love it. So we're gonna have a lot of fun. So
Okay, I'm gonna need your opinions if we actually try to pull it off for
okay,
2025 for spring break,
yeah,
like where to go, like which parks, because we were thinking about trying all four, but I've heard a couple of them are better than the other ones. So
okay,
I'll have to off air hear your stuff.
absolutely.
Um, any other fun holiday stuff while I share this? And then we're gonna get started with all of our stuff on the show. But I thought it'd be fun to do something a little off, like a little different.
No,
Did you do
just like
anything
I said,
else?
nothing much else. Just like I said, staying around, taking care of my family because they were sick. But otherwise, we just pretty much put our Christmas expenses, as it were, to our Disney trip here. So yeah.
Well, I hope you guys are, all healthy. Is everybody starting to feel better a little bit?
They're starting to feel better, yeah. So
That's good.
yeah.
The little one's actually sick again, and the wife has
Uh,
freaking she has
mm,
freaking pneumoniia. She's trying to kick it. It's been
see,
not fun. So that's
yes.
what sucked is
Mm,
everyone's been sick. We just took the little one back, and she has
mm.
another double ear infection. The
Oh,
wife has an ear infection. It's just been
that's
like
not
one
fun.
thing after another.
I
No,
so,
it's been
so you
crap. So
so you understand. I get you. I'm sorry about that too, man. That's yeah. Yeah.
it just sucks. But we had a good holiday. The only thing
Good.
is this dollhouse right here that you can see behind me took
Yep.
4.5 hours to build. And if you can see, I'm sitting on the ground. It's over the top of my head right now, which is
That's
kind
a
of
big
nuts.
dog. That's a big
Yeah,
dog.
dude. Yeah. Um, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's cool getting to be a dad for the holidays because it's
Yep.
my step kiddo. But she had a blast. We bought her sand art kit that was really cool.
Oh.
And what else did we do? We did sand art.
Uh-huh.
She got a stuffed, like these little stuffed, like squishy things that we were coloring. That was pretty cool. I'll have to take pictures of all of it, like little
Yeah.
squishies.
You have to send me.
What
Yeah.
else did we get her? We got her a ton of stuff. I'll have to take pictures. We got our chicken poo bingo game I'm looking at right now. She got a yeah,
Fun.
it lays poop on the spots for bingo.
I hope it's not a crappy game, but all right.
um
um,
I did skip football on Christmas Eve.
yeah.
I did watch
Hmm.
Christmas Day stuff, and I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a little sad. I used my dad's DirecTV stream, and it locked me out of the Baltimore game, so I had to catch like
Oh,
the chat on Twitter and everything after.
okay.
Let's start with that game because I think that was the one, and
Yes.
we'll get into some more holiday stuff later. You're going to be gone next week, so this is our
Right.
last full Pickem. Just so the
Yep.
people know, a we're going to run this show through the playoffs, through the Super Bowl. Then we'll probably shut it down for a few weeks and then come
Yep.
back for free agency in the draft. But our pick'em that we now suck in because I can't pick a game.
Man, me neither, dude. We only got 8 out of 16
Stupid.
last week, dude.
Oh
8
my
out of
gosh,
16.
KC and
Yeah.
San Fran.
Oh, man.
KC.
Dude.
We're going to get into them in a second. That was brutal.
Yeah.
I'm happy we stuck with Green Bay. I know they barely won, but if we had picked Carolina, it would have been 7-9.
That would, yeah. We'll get to the Green Bay one too. But anyway, I don't know what with KC. I mean, the Raiders. Come on, man. I mean, and at home, dude.
They out physical them. Like,
dude.
I heard something on a podcast. They were talking about like body language doctor. Doesn't it look like KC just like? It doesn't look like they quite hate each other yet, but there's something clearly wrong there.
Yeah, there's some chemistry that's not correct with their playing. I don't know. I mean, I don't know Mahomes if there's something with him or what, but I just something ain't right. They're not playing like they were.
And I've heard about the receivers, and I believe that. But did you watch the game? I was watching it, and he was missing open guys because the pressure was getting to his face.
See, I didn't watch the game. I only saw the highlights and looked back at the stats and stuff. But Mahomes just seems uncomfortable with the offense they're running, though. I don't understand.
He does. He really does.
I don't know if they changed up the playbook or what. I wouldn't think so, but I don't know. I can't figure it out either.
I don't get it because the receivers are the problem. It reminds me of Green Bay, but there's no Adams, and Kelsey's definitely fallen off.
Yep.
But the way not just Crosby, the way everybody was able to just get physical, and Joe called it, man. He nailed it. The way they were able just to get super physical with the Chiefs' offensive line is a problem.
Yeah.
Pacheco, when he's banged up, they can't run the ball, so that's a problem.
Right.
The receivers can't get open, but even when they were open, there was guys open, and Mahomes, for whatever reason, it was like because the pressure got to him.
Overthrow.
And they made a good analogy. Romo said it too. But when you get hit 3 times, what do you think is going to happen the 4th? Even when he wasn't getting hit, he was running for his life. There's Joe.
Yep.
There he is.
Yep.
You called it, man. Good pick, dude.
Yep.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. You nailed it, dude. I already have a guess for tomorrow, Joe, but I think next week me and you need to talk some Raiders. Ooh, we got Papa Tom on. Las Vegas was more physical, and Crosby moved Mahomes. So, Bill, on my profile, I haven't done this yet.
Okay.
If you wanted to be able to see the comments too, if you do have your computer up, if it works.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll just read them to you. But if you go on my Facebook, you can see them live, the comments, okay?
Oh, okay. Cool. All right.
But Joe said, told you so. And Tom, my dad, said Vegas was more physical. And Crosby moved Mahomes. I agree. Yep. I was so impressed with how physical he got this team, how they have adopted his personality. Joe called it, but without a pass game, I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs or anything.
No.
But to go into Arrowhead and do that.
Yeah. I think KC's in a world of hurt right now. They're a finesse fast team, but if you physical them, they're gonna melt. So
yep. I just think we're gonna get into it, but I think they're on upset alert in the playoffs because Denver's messed up, and unless they blow their last 2, they're probably still gonna win the division. Yeah. But I think they might be one and done in the playoffs. Like, this reminds me of I heard on a podcast, but this kind of reminds me of Brady's last year in New England. Something's off. Their defense KC's defense is great, but Mahomes gave that game away. But against a more talented team than the Raiders, as good as they are on D, I think they're gonna be one and done in the playoffs.
I agree. I think KC has a lot of worrying right now. Yep. I mean,
Joe, do you think? Do you guys think? Do you guys all think the Raiders are actually gonna make the playoffs? It's gonna be interesting.
Sitting on 7 and 8. I don't know. That's
They play Indy this week. That we're gonna get into that in our picks in a little bit.
Yeah.
But we're gonna see.
Man.
I gotta say the most impressive. My wife hates Mahomes, and watching. I don't know if you've ever seen this, Bill. I don't know if you knew this happened, but the crazy thing is there was back-to-back defensive touchdowns. So
really?
It was a weird game where there was no scoring. Mahomes fumbled the ball away on a handoff. It was a weird play where they snapped it to the running back and he handed it back, and then they fumbled it. Mahomes couldn't handle the ball, and they returned the ball from like the 15-yard line into the end zone. Very next possession, I think it was the first play, they come out, Mahomes throws a pick six.
Oh, yeah. See, I didn't see any of that. Wow.
Seriously, so it was back-to-back defensive touchdowns, and it was Mahomes was the culprit of both, honestly. It was crazy. The Raiders, man, they fought physically. I was impressed. They were coming downhill. It was one of those games where they just had the KC's number, and for the most part, except for a couple of big plays, they couldn't do anything.
And see, other teams that play KC, they're going to know, hey, if we get physical with these guys, we can beat these guys. So, yeah, okay.
Wow. Kind of reminds me of Dallas. Miami was a little more physical, but Buffalo is a far more physical team, and San Fran is too.
Yep.
Actually, I think this is one of San Fran's problems people haven't got into. We'll get into in a minute. San Fran's two worst games this year, in a lot of ways, were against the AFC North, the most physical teams.
Yep.
Joe, I'm going to get to your comment in a second. I like it. Dallas, I don't think can handle physical teams, but KC's got that problem now too. They just, you punch them in the mouth, and I don't know what they're going to do. The next team, that's KC. They've been physical on D, but the Raiders, I agree with Joe. He said, we're the team nobody wants to see in the playoffs. House money, nothing to lose, and a ridiculous defense. Bingo. And add to that, they believe. I just wish they had a semblance of a passing game. But the nuts thing about this game, Bill, too, their quarterback didn't complete a pass from the first quarter to the fourth quarter, and they still won.
Wow. That's scary right there. That's scary. Wow. Just imagine if they had a halfway decent quarterback, man, that would be, wow.
Yeah. But they ran Zamir White. They didn't even have Jacobs. They ran Zamir White. Yep. And I was playing my dad. He had Adams in fantasy, and he had nothing. He didn't do anything all game. Yep. So that was a really fun game to watch. It was extremely physical, and I was impressed with the Raiders. And then the second Christmas game, because I didn't watch a ton of Christmas Eve. I saw all the highlights. But the second game, a lot of that was KC defense. Yeah, the KC defense is legit.
Yeah.
That Philly team, I'm concerned with. They couldn't pit away the Giants, man.
Yep.
The Giants moved to Tyrod Taylor. If you didn't see this, there was 3 benchings at quarterback today. Russell Wilson got benched, DeVito got benched, and Washington benched their quarterback for week 17.
Okay.
And they benched DeVito in the second half.
Really? See, I didn't watch the game, but just thinking about and you got to give Philadelphia, anytime you play a division rival, you have to take that into account. It doesn't matter. One could be, 11-2, another one could be 4-10, kind of what Philadelphia, 10-4 and 4-10. Anytime you got division rivals, because they know each other so well, it's going to be a close game. I mean, even though you would think Philadelphia would have blown them away, it's just like the Packers and Detroit or Minnesota, Chicago. They're always going to be close games, even though one team is clearly better than the other.
I just think Philly doesn't have that next level like last season. They just, to me, are missing something. It seems to be a culture problem from what I've heard from rumors about Philly, how they were the most miserable 10-1 team. Their defense is definitely not as good, but they're not utilizing the weapons on offense as good as efficiently. Goddard came back, and they were able to move the ball, but something's missing. Hurts statistically has been good, but there's just something off with them. And I would be kind of surprised, even in a weak NFL in general. I think Philly could get, if they had the wrong matchup the first game, or in the second round, I don't see them making a deep run. Maybe they turn it around, but I don't think they have the defense to do it. I really don't.
No.
The Giants hung in there. I was impressed.
Yeah.
Joe says not every playoff team has KC's defense. He thinks the Raiders' pass game could be better against a lesser D. And KC's defense has been legit. That was a ferocious defensive game.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you're kind of talking playoffs a little bit. I think if KC does make it, they very well could be bounced in the first round, the wild card round, or if they're in the division, I don't know where they would be, but somewhere in there. But they could be bounced easily. And if the Raiders make it, I don't think you want to face them in the. I mean, they're playing right now like they don't care. It's them against the world kind of thing. So that's a dangerous team right there.
My dad says Philly looks tired, playing tired like they need a break like KC. I think Philly and KC, both the Super Bowl teams, just look beat this year. Like something's wrong. Okay. We got to talk San Fran.
Okay.
So I have his DirecTV stream, and they have a weird, they're missing a deal with the package. Like I can't get ABC for whatever reason on it. Honestly, I could have watched it on cable, but it's okay.
Yeah.
The little one was exhausted. I was trying to just watch it on my phone. Baltimore just snatched. Man, that was.
Yep.
Did you see that one?
I saw parts, and I didn't see the whole thing. Just a little bit here and there. Yeah.
I can't figure out Purdy, man. He seems like if you can get pressure on him, like when Williams is out, that's been the recipe for success. And when teams have been able to be really physical with him, and two of those teams are the Browns and the Ravens that have given them fits this year.
Mm-hmm.
They still could have beat the Browns, but
yeah,
it was a little bit of bad luck. But there was one that could have been picked that wasn't. The two were tips on Purdy that could have been that maybe wouldn't be picks all the time. They were, bounce passes. But that was weird. That was a weird game. I kind of think if they played again, it would be a different story. I think they would run McCaffrey more.
Yeah.
They tried getting Kittle going. They just, every time they had a drive going, it was like a turnover that stalled them. I guess I think Baltimore is probably the best team, but I'm concerned with their lack of like a traditional running back, whereas San Fran has McCaffrey. I think if they played each other again, if it's not in San Fran's head, I think San Fran might actually prevail the second time. But I am concerned with Purdy. It seems like if you can get pressure on him, he definitely looked rattled to me.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think you're right. You hit a point there. I think Purdy, he seems to panic, but if they were to play again in the Super Bowl against one another, I think it would be a little bit different ball game. It's fact that then you have to lean on your stars, and McCaffrey would be definitely lean on more, and you rely on the running game and not so much on Purdy's arm.
Purdy is a product of the system, Joe says.
Yep.
When everything is smooth, he's great. But when everything breaks down, he's not going to put the team on his back. He's basically Jimmy G with a better arm. I kind of see that. And it's not even like he has a great arm. He just is, when the timing's right and he's got protection, he looks great because he can read everything really well. But when there's pressure in his face and he doesn't have that time, it really, like the timing the whole night for San Fran's offense felt like the flow was just disrupted. And that's, I think, is going to be the recipe to beat them in the playoffs or in the Super Bowl. So we're going to see if this guy can really take them to a Super Bowl and win. I've got some questions.
Well, if I was the offensive coordinator in San Francisco, what I would get from that game is okay, did we run McCaffrey enough? No. Did we keep them honest enough? No, we put too much on the shoulders of Purdy. What I would do is I would run, and establish that. If they stop it, fine. Then you gotta, force the pass, but get that run game going. Rely on your defense. That's, your staple of your team, and make Purdy low, high percentage passes, maybe some screens, maybe some, reverses just to keep the defense honest. Mix it up, but don't put too much on his shoulders. Keep it a very simple game plan and execute that simple game plan.
I agree with you, man. I really do. Okay. What'd you make of them Cowboys?
Again, another powerhouse. You think the Cowboys are a powerhouse, and then now let's give them a little credit. Miami's a pretty decent team, and it was away, but the Cowboys, if they want to be the elite, they got to be able to beat the elite on the road and beat the good teams. And I didn't see it, so sorry, Cowboy fans.
I agree.
But,
I agree, man. Like, can they just get all enough stuff together on the road to figure this out? There's always something with them on the road. It seems like, yes, they played better against Miami. I'm impressed. I watched bits of the game.
Yeah.
But in general, it's like they are too talented of a team. Miami is good. I'm going to give them credit. They beat a good team. Good for them. They may actually be a Super Bowl contender with that weak AFC. Mm-hmm. I still think I'd lean Baltimore, and I think Buffalo, actually.
Yeah.
I think I'd lean those two teams. I don't see KC or Jacksonville. My actual dark horse, we're going to get into it.
Yeah.
If you can believe it. I think Cleveland with Flacco, the way he's playing, might be for real.
And let me tell you,
did you see how many yards Cooper had?
Yeah. Yep. And well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. A lot of people may not know, but Flacco, he has an incentive in his contract that if he goes deep in the playoff Super Bowl, he gets incentives So he's playing for incentives right now too.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
I agree. And man, oh hey,
Philly looks
the
tired,
Facebook
playing tired.
comments.
I can see it
Oh,
now
I
too.
can click on them.
Purdy
That's
is
so
product of the
fun,
system.
dude.
I can see
Okay,
how.
I didn't know I could do that. I'm gonna do it now. That's awesome.
All right,
They've
Jimmy
actually
G.
added Twitter comments.
Okay,
So if I can figure that out, I'll do it. That's really
nice.
cool.
I like that. Yeah. So
There's
where we
Joe's
going?
comment.
Yeah,
You
I
see
see
it?
that. Purdy's a product of the system. Yep.
And then I'll toss you a couple more.
Okay.
There's another one.
Same team nobody wants to see in the playoffs. Yeah. We are the team.
That's fun.
Okay.
Phil, now I know I can click on them in the StreamYard. This is awesome for a free service.
Yeah,
So
it is. Okay.
I'm a little sad I can't do two of us, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Guys, keep throwing comments and I can throw them up in our show now. Awesome.
Yeah. There you
That's
go.
very cool. I like it. Thanks for
That
hanging
is
with
cool.
us, guys, too. Joe,
Yeah.
possibly next week, dude, but very soon we're going to do one together. I'm excited.
Yep.
Okay. Bill's gone next week, so I actually
Yep.
do need a person on Tuesday, so I'll
There you
let you
go.
up. Okay. So we got to talk our Packers, and then if
Okay.
you have any other ones, I can hit the other ones really quick.
Okay.
But just to end on Dallas, they still have a scenario they can get a home playoff game, but it seems less likely now because they lost that game.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at the standings, and they are a game behind Philly.
They're gonna have to
and
win
I think
out.
they need Philly to lose one of them, and that's probably not going to happen. They really, really needed to win this Miami game because then they would have actually been in a 4-way tie.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, they would have been a 4-way tie at 11-4 for the top spot in the NFC and would have had a slim chance. Thanks, man. William Neesmith, another guy from Frozen Tundra's in. Very cool.
All right. Hey.
Thanks for joining him, dude. I'll put his comment up.
Yeah, I think Philly.
I'm concerned with Dallas on the road, man.
Yeah.
Tell you what, we'll get to Green Bay in a second.
Okay.
Looking at the NFC playoff picture right now.
Right. Yep.
Because we could talk Packers all day. They sucked. They barely beat Carolina. I'm not very impressed with them.
Yeah, I know.
Like I'm wearing this shirt to be nice. I'm pretty.
I'm about to melt this cheese, but yeah.
The good thing is, at least we've shown consistency for several weeks on offense.
Yes.
If we can, I just don't believe that it's just the DC on defense. They've got to get a couple more pieces. They just don't have the talent, in my opinion. Like, what's the ceiling with this roster with an awesome DC? I think it's like average at best.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just don't see it. Stokes is getting torched. He needs to go. I'm done with him. Did you see how many times he got torched the last 2 weeks?
Yeah. He's
coming off of injury.
I mean, Stokes needs to go, and we need to get a defensive lineman that can actually stop the run. I just don't get how we can't stop the run.
Would you get a nose tackle or a DN? Because I probably would keep Clark, but he's not as great as advertised, but he's good. But would you replace Slayton? So Slayton's in the middle. So we have okay. Here's the defense. I don't know which way you want to look at it, but we have Clark, Slayton, and we have Wyatt. And I'm not sold on Wyatt.
Yeah.
I do agree his play calling sucks, but at some point I got to see something from the players.
Yeah.
Here's the comment so you can see it. This zone stuff is trash. It's awful.
Yeah. No,
zone is. I just don't like Slayton. I think they need a real nose tackle. I think that would solve a lot of our problems. And if I'm not totally against McDuffie. I feel like these two things would help a lot of our deep. Get a real nose tackle and get a better inside linebacker other than Campbell, and have McDuffie rotate in. And I feel like if they did those two things in the draft and free agency, our run D would, not saying it'd be elite, but it'd be better.
We need a Gilbert Brown. We need a Gilbert Brown again. That's what we need.
He does. His defense, he plays like a prevent. His guys are like 3 to 5 yards off. I was watching it. I was like, what are they doing?
Yeah. There's no pressure.
But my problem with Stokes is that he was in man coverage and the guy ran right by him, and it wasn't maybe it was his own, but it's happened too many times the last 2 weeks where he needed to trail the guy, and Stokes is the one guy in pass coverage I'm singling out because I Barry sucks, but he could not stay with him. And I'm like, I think Stokes just sucks. I'd rather see Valentine in. Seriously.
Here's my thing with the defense. I hate the preventive. You know what? If I'm going to lose the game, play tough, blitz, man, do something. If I'm going to get beat me. But don't go in this zone crap, give them all these underneath passes, and let them march down the field. No. Play tough.
William said prevent the whole fourth quarter. I agree with you. My dad said he wants Al Harris back. You remember Al Harris?
I remember Al Harris. Yeah. Heck yeah.
He's going to be available as a DC, probably.
I wish Woodson would come out of retirement even. I mean, geez Louise, you know?
Oh, God. Can you imagine Charles Woodson as our defensive coordinator? If he wanted to coach? See, here's the thing. William, I'm curious what your thoughts are, and Dad and Joe, if you're still here. Here's my question for y'all, okay? I believe and Bill, I completely agree with your point. They're not playing physical. Yeah. Here's my other thing. I think it really helps to have either a transcendent talent or a transcendent leader, because Woodson was a leader on that defense on the fields.
Yep.
And I want to get a stud, freaking awesome playmaker like that, because then the other guys rally. Woodson helped make Nick Collins better, Clay Matthews better. We had we had so many other guys in that defense. Nick Collins was special. Clay Matthews. Who did we have in the defensive line that I can't remember? But we had Woodson, obviously. He made all the guys so much better. Yeah. I want just one freaking legit, might be Gary, but I want one vocal leader that also happens to be one of our better players on defense, if not the best guy, because I think it would help rally the troops. And we definitely need a new DC. This guy is probably the worst in the league. I've made jokes about him. He sucks. Here's some comments. My dad says Barry has proven he sucks. He's done.
Yeah.
William says I want to see more blitzes. I completely agree. How often what is our blitz rate? 0?
Yeah, it's horrible.
like
I
what
said,
is this crap?
I would rather, blitz, at least try to put pressure and lose that way than just sitting back and let them pick us apart. I mean, dude, that's just no. I mean, yeah.
It's so bad. Our pass defense EPA. The offense, I am impressed with the offense. I'm reading it on the Ringer right now. We are all the way, if you can believe this, with one of the youngest offenses in NFL history. The Packers, and I don't care how long this show goes because Bill's not going to even be here for a week. And I do have one short one probably tomorrow, but we're just having fun. We're going to cook. The Packers are all the way up to 10th in DVOA.
Wow.
Offensively, which is really good considering the fact that Aaron Jones has missed time.
Yeah.
Watson has missed time. Reed has missed a little bit of time. Dubs has missed time, but we've been without Jones for most of the season. Bakhtiari for the pretty much the whole season. And we have one of the youngest offenses in NFL history.
Yeah. We need to get rid of Bakhtiari. We're spending way too much money on that guy, dude. Way too much money.
Because we got one more year of big cap hits from the previous regime.
Yes.
So I don't know what they're going to be able to do.
I don't know.
I'm hoping that they can start to rebuild this offensive line and get a running back. Honestly, I'd rather them go get a legit running back than a receiver, because I don't know if I trust Jones to stay healthy for next season.
Yeah. What are we going to get for the Rodgers trade? Only a second round or what?
Yeah, but it's going to be, even though they're 6 and whatever, it's going to be around pick 40.
Okay.
It depends on how they do the last couple of games. So that's a pretty good trade piece or a solid pick. We could get a running back there or a receiver like we always do. Because I don't think we're going to go spend in free agency, even though we need to. I don't trust this GM to pick up the phone in free agency. What he does when free agency starts, it's like, oh man, my phone is off. How about I go take a vacation? I'm just going to leave the phone off for 4 days, maybe 5, maybe a week. If you need anything, just, the assistant GM will, reach out to you in a week. Don't sign with anybody else.
Our first 2 draft picks, though, we're gonna go defense again. But anyway, yeah, I know what you're saying. But we don't pick a wide receiver in the first round. But anyway, don't even get me started on that. But
weird. Sean's on the sidelines here too. We got a few people, and this is awesome. We got William. I don't know why it's not showing me.
What?
It's not showing me Shot's messages. Super weird, dude. Sorry.
Yeah, that is weird.
I don't see him in. I'm trying to I just don't see him on Facebook. Huh. I will work on that setting. Okay. Anyways, okay, so the Packers barely beat Carolina.
Yeah. I just even if they make the playoffs, they're definitely one and done. I mean, barely beating Carolina, really. I don't even know if they deserve to make the playoffs, even if they do make the playoffs, and that's still a long if. Playing the way I offensively, we're showing some signs, but defensively, oh man, come on, guys. I just wow.
Sad.
It is sad.
Sad.
Really sad. Yeah.
It's hard to take us seriously.
Yeah.
Like as a actual with this defense, it's hard. Like I even saw it in some power rankings. So like it's hard to take y'all seriously.
Yeah.
Until we address the defense. Yeah. What do y'all think? Like, were you guys impressed with that game? Because I wasn't. I was kind of. It happened late in the game, but we went, like William said, we went pre-event and we weren't willing to blitz and put some pressure on Bryce Young and make him uncomfortable. Instead, we made his career day in the NFL. It's like. Yeah. This is easy. I feel like I could Madden this better, dude. Like I would be stunting Gary around and I'd be doing some stunt blitzes. I'd be playing press coverage. I would bring the safeties up a little and I would dare them to beat me deep. I would dare them. Blitz. Bring Campbell up the middle. Bring Gary all over the place. Stunt him and bring him and press on the same side. Get some pressure.
Run blitz.
That's a
Stop the run. Yes, I know.
They did. You know, the last 2 weeks, the teams haven't even run the ball.
Yeah, I know. And what was I going to say now? I forget. But I just don't understand. Isn't it the most points Carolina scored all year? What was the most points Carolina scored all year?
Well, it was the best game that Bryce Young has had. I know that.
Yeah, right. I'm just thinking 30 points. I mean, that may be the most Carolina scored all year too. I mean, I don't know, but
I don't know.
Anyway, yeah.
Okay, let's get into some other fun topics.
All
right. Just gonna say, Packers suck, Dundee.
Yeah, but pretty simple.
I was impressed with the offense that they've consistently been solid, and I really like the fact they fed Aaron Jones. That was a really nice little caveat for the game. I was impressed with that. So there we go. That was good.
What are we going to do? Dark horse for Super Bowl?
No, let's do MVP really quick. Who would be your top? Well, who would be your MVP? Let's just do that.
You know what? As up and down as it's been, and it's usually a quarterback. I'm gonna go quarterback. I'm gonna have to stick with Lamar Jackson, just for the fact that I think he's probably I don't want to say the best team because you know how the NFL is an up and down. But if I had to pick right now, I would say Lamar Jackson in Baltimore. I
agree.
Yeah, I mean,
if I was picking a non-quarterback, I'd probably go McCaffrey.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I'll go with that one too. In the Niners though, I would pick them, but I'm just not sold on Purdy yet. I just not.
I can't go Purdy. So I was a little surprised by this. I looked at the Lamar probably is MVP. That I agree. Here's the favorites to win MVP on Fox Sports. This is just betting odds. Lamar took he's minus 184 now. He took the extreme favorite after that game. And the weird thing is, a lot of what he does isn't even on the stat sheet. It's the little movement around in the pocket,
extending
the play just barely, sometimes within the pocket, barely out of arm's reach from a defender, and he's just sliding around. And I was impressed with just how he's like skating around, and he's not even running full speed, but it's just barely enough to get away from somebody, or then he'll bail out and make a play. But he's really shredding defenses just throwing the ball. They've got weapons now in the pass game. Finally, they got OBJ, they got Zay Flowers, they got Bateman, they got Likely. They can throw the ball. My only concern with them is now they're down 2 running backs, but Gus Edwards is a good goal line. You know, I wish they had a real running back still. That's my concern with them.
Yeah, but think about this too, Isaac. You know, most quarterbacks, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's between 2 to 4 seconds, maybe 2 to 3 seconds. They're releasing the ball, right? If you got that even extra half a second with Lamar rolling out or doing a little, that's valuable time right there. And that's what he does. He buys it at even half a second to get the ball out.
It was a lot of fun. It was fun watching him because it was like watching it was watching some magic just a little bit where he was just making little plays. And it's like, maybe he's not the MVP in a normal season where we've got a dominating guy, but it's probably still him because his team is the best team. Purdy did have a horrible game. Med's here from shots. He said Purdy had a horrible game. He did. Hurts has been struggling. Dak is Dak unless Lamar collapses. It's his. MVP is a quarterback. I wish it wasn't quarterback award because I still like Tua and Tyreek. But here's the favorites. It's Lamar.
Yep.
It is what you think it is. Lamar and then McCaffrey, then Tua. But I think Tyreek should be higher. Purdy, Josh Allen, Dak. Tyreek Hill, and then if you can believe it, Trevor Lawrence is 8th, Jalen Hurts, and then Patrick Mahomes.
Wow.
Dak is Dak. Don't look back.
Yeah. No.
I like that. The comments in the show now. That's fun.
Fun.
I would go Lamar as well. I think he kind of earned it that game. If they finished with the 1 seed, I think he locked it up.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
Receivers never won MVP except for. Did Jerry Rice win one?
I was going to say, I think Rice did, yeah.
Ooh, I don't know if a receiver actually. I think it might have been Super Bowl MVP. I don't think a receiver ever has.
Really? Okay, I was thinking Jerry Rice.
I'm looking it up right now. No cap stat. Nope. Nope. Jerry receiver. Rice did not win it, which is a bull crap award because I'm sorry, but Tyreek Hill is more valuable to Miami in my opinion than Tua. Yep. I agree with you. Tua, they'd fall apart. Mad, nice stat, man.
Yeah,
you're right. Good job. And it's been a long time since a running back has won it.
Yeah, it's usually a quarterback thing, but yeah.
I mean, there's no extremely dominant defensive player. I actually like Crosby. I think Crosby and I'm sorry, Micah Parsons. When you run at him, he vanishes a little bit too much for me, as dominant as he is. I like. Probably Garrett or Crosby would be my favorites for Defensive Player of the Year.
Parsons is a game changer. I'll put it that way, but I don't know if he's MVP. But yeah.
Yeah. I wish there was a guy on that level defensively, but there just hasn't been this season, unfortunately. So, okay, so we did MVP. Let's talk playoffs. You ready?
Okay.
This is gonna be fun. So we're gonna do playoffs. We already talked about our polls, and on the polls online, people actually voted McCaffrey on Facebook and X, dominantly so. I'll look at it right now, but on Facebook it was dominantly McCaffrey. Let me pull it up really quick.
All right.
I got some Packer questions, but we'll wait till after the season, Bill, because I have some questions on what to do with Jair Alexander and some other stuff. Parsons does disappear at times. I agree, man. And Joe, I like Crosby, man. I think he has better stats than Parsons.
Yeah.
I'll pull up the favorites, but
Yeah, I like.
I'm going to pull it up really quick.
I like
Myles
Crosby
Garrett has the best odds, and I think it should be Crosby or Garrett, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Defensive Player of the Year. They got Garrett, Parsons,
Crosby, yeah.
And then TJ Watt, and then Crosby, and TJ Watt is pretty awesome. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Crosby is Defensive Player of the Year. I agree.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Okay.
On the polls, people actually had. Yeah, they had. On X, on Twitter, they actually had McCaffrey right there tied with Jackson, but on Facebook it was pretty much Jackson. Okay. I did a top 5 one. We'll get to it in a second, but yeah, let's talk playoffs. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this too.
Yeah.
So in the NFC, you got right now currently, this is the playoff picture, 13.5 sacks, leads the NFL. Yep, pressures, etc. Max Crosby probably, it's either him or Garrett.
Yeah.
Maybe I think the only reason Crosby isn't getting the recognition is because the team doesn't have success to the level Cleveland does.
Yep.
But I agree with Joe. I think it's between him and Garrett. I don't even think Parsons belongs in that conversation.
No.
Because I'm sorry, where was he in that Buffalo game?
Right.
I only watched some of the Miami, but I saw the highlights. I've seen the stats. He's nowhere to be seen. Neither was Dak.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I don't even think Dak belongs in any MVP conversation because that Buffalo game was such a no-show. That was pitiful.
He chokes in the big games.
I was really disgusted with Dallas that game, and I was talking with a guy on Twitter. He does his own show, and he's awesome. Death Taxes and Sports. And Dude, we were talking about it. I'm just so disappointed with the Stars on Dallas that they don't show up in these big games. It's really disappointing. Okay, playoff predictions.
Okay,
My dad, I agree with him for the NFC. He says the Rams are a dark horse.
Okay.
I got them, and I have another team. Matt, I'll get your comment in a second. San Fran right now is the 1 seed, Bill.
Okay.
Philly, Detroit, Tampa, Dallas. So Tampa and Dallas would play right now. The Rams, this is a fun storyline if the season ends now.
Right.
The Rams and Stafford would go play golf in Detroit.
That would be fun.
Ooh,
that would be
upset
fun.
brewing.
That would be fun. Oh, yeah.
And then Seattle. The outside teams that have a chance still are Minnesota, Atlanta, Green Bay, but New Orleans is still there, but they have to get lucky and win the division. So they're basically out of it. Who they got left? Ooh, the Raiders. We'll get to the AFC in a second. Okay.
Yeah.
We got 4 or 5 people in here. This is fun. Okay.
That's it.
I still think San Fran's a favorite in the NFC, don't you think?
I'm still leaning, even though Baltimore exposed them. I think the Niners are still the class of the NFC. Philly, I can't see them. No.
I can't either. Who would be your dark horse, Bill? Team that people probably not many people are thinking of. I think I know what it is.
You think so?
You said it before the show. I think you're going to pick them. They got a run game.
I think the Rams, I think, are going to be a team to be reckoned with. I'm agreeing with, was it Tom? So, yeah. I think they got a
lot
run
of comments.
Yep, and they got defense. So, yeah, I think the Rams are going to be tough.
I like the coaching. I like Stafford, and I like the fact they've got Nakua. They still have Aaron Donald. Kupp is still, when he's healthy, he's got something left. And Stafford still's got some juice left in that arm, man. But when they've got Kyron Williams, they're bad. They're just different.
Exactly.
I agree with Med.
Okay.
That's one of my dark horses.
The Bucks.
I kind of like the Bucks. Now, imagine this: Tampa Bay plays Dallas in the wild card, and Tampa wins.
Oh, there you go.
Baker's peaking at the right time. He's got Mike Evans still. He's got Godwin. They've got Rashad White. They've got a triplet. They exposed Green Bay. I mean, that's easy to do. But I just think Dallas on the road, maybe Tampa actually could beat them.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah,
the defense has still got pieces.
I think so.
We'll see. I agree with Med. Okay, we got a lot of comments. McCarthy would be fired. I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to catch up with comments for a second. Med thinks it should be Crosby, but Garrett probably will because the Browns will make the playoffs. Yeah, I agree because the playoff success.
Yeah.
So will the Raiders. They've got the Colts and Denver left.
Yeah, 2 wins.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're going to beat Indy. We're going to get into it. He likes what that's Antonio Pierce, what he's done for the team.
Yep.
Their culture is. I know they don't like to hire interim coaches, but I think the Raiders should hire them.
Yep, I agree.
I do. Baker's a leader of men.
Wow.
You know what? Though the team really does seem to be clicking. I mean, my dark horse in the NFC would also be the Rams. I like them.
Yeah.
I don't believe in Minnesota with the quarterback. I'm sorry.
Right.
I don't see it with Seattle.
Yep.
I don't know if I see it with Detroit. Maybe they've got a run game, but their defense can get exposed. I think I like Tampa or the Rams as a dark horse.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do another fun topic.
Okay.
Baker may have found a home. I agree, Dad.
Yep.
Which team, guys, do you think is most on upset alert in the NFC? And then we'll do AFC, and then top fives, and then we're gonna do our pick'em. And I'm excited. Which team's most on upset alert? I would say Detroit or Philly. I think.
I was going to say Philly right off the bat. I'm thinking Philly.
They play. Here's the only thing with them is they play Seattle.
Yeah.
Or whoever makes that 7 seed right now.
Right. Yep.
The way it's standing. And the problem with Philly, as broken as they look, I agree with you guys. Though my only thing is they're going to play the 7 seed, and Seattle can sling the ball, so maybe they can pull that off.
Right.
I think the Rams are a tougher draw for the 3 seed. That's my only thing. I agree with you guys. I think Philly looks more broken than Detroit, but I think matchup wise, Bill, what do you think?
I think Philly could get easily upset. I don't see them being the dominant team. Actually, like I said, the NFC is open with Philadelphia, the Niners. Both teams have weaknesses, but I think out of those two, I think Philly's most vulnerable.
We got some comments. Philly, Eagles, they struggled in that Giants game, or Dallas.
Okay, really, Dallas.
What if Dallas?
Wow.
What if Dallas got upset? Man, I would love it. I'm so tired of Cowboy fans. You know it. You live here too. Cowboy fans suck.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
I hate them. They need to just go home. I'm so tired of hearing about their team.
I'm sick of America's team. America's team. No, you're not America's team. Nothing, man. Shoot.
America's team of mediocrity of bloviating for 30 years and not winning.
Exactly.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. Amen.
They've got talent, but there's the problem with Dallas. I talked about it with his name's Ben from Death Taxes and Sports. He's good.
Yeah.
He's got a good show, but he nailed it. We talked about it today. They're a finesse team. That's why physical teams can beat them up.
Yep.
That's the problem. Physical teams can beat them up.
Yeah.
If you do the podcast with a Bears fan, that says a lot.
Oh, wow.
Oh, this is fun. I missed this. It was nice having a week off, but it's good to be back. Okay, let's do AFC, Bill. Why don't you start? I'll read the teams and tell me who you think is probably. Let's start with the favorite. So you got Baltimore at the 1 seed.
Yep.
Miami is the 2 currently.
Okay.
KC is the 3, if you can believe it. Still, even with losing 2, I think 3 in a row now.
Yeah.
Jacksonville's the 4.
Okay.
Cleveland is the 5, and they're 10-5. They actually have a better record than KC and Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Buffalo is the 6, but they have a very slim chance of catching Miami. They need Miami to lose.
Yeah.
I agree with the Jags, Med.
Yeah.
Buffalo's the 6, and Indy is currently the 7, but Houston could steal the 7, or Cincy, or Pittsburgh, or the Raiders, because I think Denver's done. They just benched Wilson.
Yeah.
So I'm going to I think Denver's out.
The
Raiders actually do have a chance. They're 7-8. They need some luck, but they do play Indy this week, so they can make their own fortune better. So
I agree with Med. I think the Jags, I don't think that's a team you want to play. They just have way too much with Lawrence running wild.
No, he's saying he thinks that they.
What?
I think Med's saying
they lose their division.
He thinks that he thinks that they're in trouble.
Really?
He's saying.
Okay.
With Lawrence banged up. Yeah, after the Kirk injury, Christian Kirk's hurt, and they have Zay Jones hurt too.
Oh, yeah.
He's saying he thinks Jacksonville's one of the weakest teams. I think.
Oh, is that what you're saying? Okay, I thought you were saying. I guess I forgot the factor of the injuries. That's true.
No, I was asking for favorite, but he was saying he thinks the Jags are in trouble.
Okay.
My favorite would be Baltimore still. If not Baltimore, I think I don't trust KC. I think they're in trouble. I think the Jags are done, guys. My dad agrees. Dad said yes. My dad said Jags are likely done. Too many injuries. I think Baltimore's the favorite, and if it's not them, I've got 2 other teams I really like. I really like Cleveland and Buffalo, and I think Miami could be there. Whoever has to play the Raiders.
I would go Baltimore too, and then probably Buffalo, just for the fact they got the experience. You got Josh Allen, who's got that playoff experience already. That bodes a long way when playoff time comes along.
I think there's going to be upsets all over the place. I think Miami will probably roll over their team they play in the 7th seed, probably, but you never know. But Baltimore have the bye, probably. Miami will roll. And then I think KC is going to get upset by Buffalo, probably. Yep. And I think Jacksonville is going to get crushed by Cleveland. I think Cleveland would be favored right now.
Okay.
I think the 3 and the 4 might go down.
Who would the Raiders play? Who would the Raiders play?
The Raiders play, he said it earlier. The Raiders play Indy, and then, Joe, who do the Raiders play last week? I'm pulling it up. Hold on.
Here, let me see.
KC could rebound in the playoffs. I agree with my dad. This is possible. They could rebound in the playoffs on the strength of their D and Mahomes. It's possible.
Yeah, the Raiders play.
Possible.
Dude, the Raiders play Indy and the Broncos. That's 2 wins right there.
They can knock those 2 teams out of the playoffs, and then they have to. I don't know if they have the tiebreaker over Pittsburgh and Cincy, but they might actually make the playoffs. And with that defense, they are going to be a fight for. They're going to play Miami. That's going to be a hell of a game.
Yeah, that would be a good game. Okay.
If that defense shows.
Right. Yeah.
Buffalo's a hot team. I like Buffalo. My I think the team that could make a run is probably the toughest team. I think it's Buffalo and then Cleveland as the two wild cards. I like both of
Right.
them.
Yep.
Defenses come around. Indy would be a tough out for the Raiders, but the Raiders could win that one. I agree.
Hey, Med, you need to help us with our picks so I can win next year. You need to come do this with us.
Yeah, because I suck. Hey,
Well,
at least we won 2 games, 2 weeks.
yeah, I know that's true. That's true.
Bill's like, I'm employing new help. Izac is about to get fired. We're gonna listen to some of your guys' picks. If you guys make enough of an argument, it is so. I haven't gotten into this. We're almost done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk. One more quick thing. We're gonna do our top fives, and then we're gonna get into our picks, guys.
Yeah.
And we need your help because we were 8-8 last week, which sucked.
Oh,
but
man.
also it's Bill's week.
Yeah.
Bill's taking this week because I sucked. I got fired. I get 1 or 2 vetoes, and if y'all make enough of an argument, you need to pitch them a couple because we ignored y'all on the stupid Baltimore game and the stupid KC. And if we'd done those 2, we'd be 10-6, and there were still so many other ones.
Yeah.
All right, let's do. Okay, this will be fun. Bill, let's do our top fives, guys. Why don't you throw your fives in the comments? Okay, we still got a few people here. This is fun.
Yeah.
Okay, top 5. Bill, who's your number 1 team?
I gotta go Baltimore.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, it's not a secret. I'm sorry. Baltimore to me seems the most well-rounded, solid team right now. They're not the best, I don't think, in every stat, but I think they're the team to beat.
I'm going to surprise you. I think Buffalo is going to be the most likely to disrupt my Super Bowl preview. But I'm going to pick Baltimore and San Fran. I think it's going to be that was a Super Bowl preview. I think we've got Buffalo at 3.
Okay. I think I'm going to agree with both. Buffalo is a team you don't want to play. Like I said, you got an experienced quarterback. You got Diggs. I mean, you got a team there that's legitimately you don't want to play in the playoffs. I think it's going to be Baltimore and Buffalo for the AFC championship.
And I'm going to shock you. I think I'm going to go Cleveland. I think I'm going to go Miami at 4. Okay. And then I think I'm going to actually pick Cleveland over Philly or Detroit at 5. I think with Flacco, the way they're playing, with that D, it doesn't travel on the road as much.
Yeah.
Joe, we should pick the Raiders in our top 5?
Ooh.
Hold on. I got to throw this comment up. Matt said I got y'all before that.
Okay. That's funny.
Man, I'm going to be honest. With the way your defense is playing, it would not shock me in the slightest. When will you learn? It would not. Joe, I'm not saying this just to make you feel better. I would not be shocked if they actually won a playoff game the way they just played at KC. Now, I need to see more from O'Connell. But if that defense goes up and gets physical with Miami, or if they make the 6, I don't know if that's possible. I don't think they can make the 6. They're 2 behind Buffalo. So I think the Raiders only shot us to make the 7 seed because Buffalo would have to lose 2. I'm just looking at the standings, guys.
That's tough, yeah.
The Raiders could climb to 7, but then they're going to play the 2 seed, which is almost definitely going to be Miami. So they would go to Miami. I could see them. Yeah, they can only make the 7. I agree,
when will you learn?
I could see them getting physical and beat up Miami.
Yep.
It's possible. The way that defense travels, they're hot. Miami's a finesse team. It's possible. It is.
Yep.
Now, Miami's got a hell of an offense, and their defense has played better. They're starting to round a form, but my problem is I just still feel like something's missing with Miami. So,
well,
yeah, I agree.
Like you said, to me right now, when it comes to playoffs, you got to have a stifling defense and a run game. And if you got those 2, you're going to go far in the playoffs. And right now, the Raiders, they're starting to get hot at the right time too. So that's all it takes is you get hot and you play awesome defense. I mean, the Raiders could be a real threat.
That's the only thing that concerns me about Baltimore and Dallas is they do have good defenses, but they're not able to run the ball. Okay, Med, he's got his top 5. Baltimore, San Fran, Buffalo, Cleveland, Bucks. He had the same 4 as us. Changed it up on that 5. You had Tampa Bay at 5. I like it.
Okay.
Hey, they're playing hot right now. It's a right now thing.
I get you.
I don't know if I'd have the Bucks that high, but I still got to see Baker doing the playoffs. I got to see.
I don't trust Baker. I just don't trust Baker yet.
I do like him with Evans. He seems to fit in well with this team, but I question if they can really go on a run in a, you got one game, a one and done in the playoffs,
right?
And a multi-round. I just don't. He's got to win 4 games. I just don't know. But one, I could see him winning one. It's possible. Okay. The people had Baltimore and San Fran as the top 2 teams that I threw up. All right.
Our picks.
Our pick'em time. All right, hold on. Let me get these picks ready for the week. We got some fun ones.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna write them down.
Now remember, you got 2 vetoes. Okay?
He did give the Browns their first playoff dub, and so instead of giving me all of them, Bill, if you're cool with it, can we do it the way we always do, where I write them down?
Oh yeah.
And we go like, okay. You want to start? I'm gonna let you pick. Do you want to start with locks or game of the week? I was thinking locks, but it's up to you.
We can do locks. That's fine.
Okay, let me get the full schedule up. Hold on.
All right, I'm gonna take this off for a second. I'm getting phone head.
I don't blame you. You need to melt that cheese.
Man, oh man.
All right, guys. Do you have any locks for the week?
Yeah,
Dad,
see you guys.
Joe,
I got some. Yeah, let them chime in first and see if we match up, because I got 1, 2 for sure locks. So let's see what they come up with.
Bill, what do you got? What's your lock?
I have Jacksonville destroying Carolina.
I don't really trust Jacksonville, but it is in Carolina. Let me look at that one really quick.
It's in Jacksonville.
My dad says Browns. Hold on, Dad. We'll get to the Browns game.
Yeah, we'll get
there. Jacksonville is only a 6.5 point favorite, but
really,
do we really think Carolina's actually going to win? Let me look at the injury report. Hold on. Is Christian Kirk still out? I agree. It is Carolina. They just suck.
Right.
But they fought us.
Yep.
And I don't think we're that much worse than Jacksonville right now with the way they're playing. Lawrence is still questionable. Campbell, their corner, is questionable. Zay Jones is questionable. Bad pick. Lawrence is out, and Kirk. Hold on, Joe. Joe says he would pick Carolina.
Really? Okay.
Dang, he was right last week. This is frustrating. Are we employing help, Bill? This wasn't even going to be my veto. I'm serious. I wasn't sure if I was going to call it like a lock.
Right.
Carolina did play Green Bay great. They are 2-13. Jacksonville, I'm looking at the record. Hold on. Jacksonville needs this one because they aren't they tied for that division?
They are
tied in a 3-way tie for that division. They need this one.
Yep.
Lawrence is not playing. It's an AC. Oh, that's right. Lawrence is out. Should we pick Carolina in an upset?
Who's the quarterback then?
Let me pull it up. Who's the backup, guys? Hold on.
Okay.
Well, I'm looking it up.
All right.
He is hurt. I know that. Kirk is out too. And they've been bad since Kirk went out, man. Exactly. Oh, Beathard. Ooh, CJ. That's what I thought it was too.
That
sucks.
How do you pick Carolina 2-13 though, man? I
actually think I want to do it, but I'm not going to use this as my veto. But I'm kind of leaning.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of leaning that way too. It's just,
Carolina sucks. Both defenses are not good. Carolina's yards are good. Against the pass. Jacksonville doesn't really run the ball, and they're good throwing the ball. But with Beathard, they're not going to be. No, Joe. We actually, I talked them into Green Bay. We almost picked Carolina. We almost did. We almost picked Carolina to beat Green Bay. And this Carolina team, the way they're banged up, probably would get beat by Green Bay right now.
Yeah.
With Lawrence out and Kirk, and isn't Jones out? Zay Jones is questionable with a knee injury.
Really? Jeez.
They're one of their offensive linemen two of their offensive linemen are out. Well, one's questionable, one's out. And they got a starting corner out. Whereas Carolina, Hubbard is questionable, the running back. J.C. Horn, their cornerback, is questionable. And Dante Jackson. So they have 2 corners questionable.
So, Joe, you're saying we were picking Carolina last week. What do you mean? You picked Carolina to beat the Packers?
We almost picked – I talked him into Green Bay, but he's saying we almost picked Carolina.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I think –
You want to go Carolina? Let's go. We got nothing to lose. I mean, we're already down, so –
We've got to land some ones that people don't pick.
That's what I'm saying. If you want to go for it, we can go for it.
I just don't like Jacksonville with Beathard.
Okay.
If Lawrence is out, we got to watch. You're not leaving until next week, right? What's your date? You're leaving Wednesday?
I leave Wednesday.
Yeah, man. I think we follow the injury report. I think we pick Carolina right now.
All right, let's
So
get
Ridley
Carolina.
and ETN are their main two weapons, and those are two good weapons. But Ridley has been inconsistent, and as good as ETN's decent, but
all right,
yeah, man. I think Carolina might actually figure this out. Let's go Carolina.
All right, let's go Carolina. That sounds good to me. I can't pick them anyway, so I mean, why not? You know,
suck. And that's just because of the injuries.
Yeah, no.
Lawrence is not playing. It's an AC joint in his shoulder. That's what I'd heard. Okay, my dad, his locks. Browns. Okay. Let's look at it. They are playing the Jets.
Yes, that's a lock. I'd definitely say that.
I agree. As good as the Jets. Hold on, I gotta look at this really quick. And the Jets are such a stupid team. The Jets beat Houston 30-6.
Tom, I agree with Tom. I agree with Tom on the Rams and the Niners. Those were my other locks.
Joe says they don't have to win it by 30, just by 1, 13-10.
You're right. By 1 point even. Yeah, absolutely. Win's a win.
Joe said Carolina. Okay, my dad says locks, Browns. Yep. Look at this Browns. Hold on.
Yeah.
The Browns beat. I'm still getting over a cold too. The Browns beat Jacksonville by 4.
Yep.
Chicago by 3, and then they beat Houston by 2 scores. The Jets, in that game where CJ Stroud went down, they killed Houston. Then they got destroyed 30-0, and then they barely beat Washington, who sucks. Yep. Yeah, I think we go Cleveland. I agree with you guys.
Yeah.
Does anybody think the Jets are going to win as good as the D is? I don't see it.
No.
Browns will kill the Jets. I agree.
Yeah. Yep.
Browns. Yeah, Joe, I agree. Okay, my dad said, what were his other ones?
I got that one.
Getting into the show here. Look at that. San Fran. Let's look at that one.
Yeah. That's like at Washington. Yeah. They're going to want to rebound. They're going to rebound from the Baltimore loss. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's easy pickings, man.
Yeah.
13-point favorites against Washington, who just benched Howell.
Yeah.
Jacoby Brissett train.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 quarterbacks got benched today. I love that Russell Wilson got benched. I loved it.
Yep.
Loved it.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
And then he said the Rams. Let's look at that one.
The Rams.
You good with those 3 so far? You good with Carolina, Cleveland, San Fran?
Yep. Got them.
Okay. And then we got the Rams. Who are they playing?
Giants.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Don't you think? Even on the road, they're only 4.5-point favorites. I think so.
Yep.
I actually got another one for you, and I'm not loving this team, but Arizona's been such trash. I think Philly. It's hard to call them a lock, but I just don't see them actually losing to Arizona.
No.
Does anybody else here
in Philly? No. Anyone?
It's in Philly. They need this one.
Yeah.
They do look broken, but I just don't see Arizona actually winning. Do you guys?
No.
The Rams are, they're 4.5-point. Let me go back to the Rams really quick. Okay. The Rams are 4.5-point favorites against the Giants, who are 5-10. DeVito just got benched for. I did like the way they played Philly tough, but the Rams they've won 4 or 5, and they only lost to Baltimore in overtime.
And they're still playing for playoffs. Man. They're still fighting for playoff spot too. So
the Giants aren't making nothing.
Nope,
they're out.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go Rams. Okay. Let's go to my Philly pick.
Okay.
They are 10.5-point favorites in Philly.
Yeah.
They're going to be pissed off. Aren't they going to have a rebound game?
Yep.
Yeah. Med says Philly. Rams should take that one. San Fran will rebound. Yeah, I think Philly.
Okay.
Let me see if there's any other locks really quick, and then we'll get into our games of the week, okay?
Okay.
Buffalo. Lock. New England. I don't see them losing twice this year to them. I just don't see it. No. Does anybody else disagree? I think Buffalo's hot. They need this game to make the playoffs.
Yep.
I think if they win, they almost lock up a wild card. They need this one bad.
Yep.
Does anybody disagree? I think they take this one. Don't you guys think? Bill, what do you think?
I'm definitely leaning Bills on this one. Yes.
I think so. They're 13-point favorites.
Yeah.
New England has fought. I'm going to give them credit. They've won 2 of 3. They did beat Denver. They beat Pittsburgh. They played a competitive game against KC, which isn't saying much, honestly.
Yeah.
But they did fight against the Chargers and the Giants. So the Patriots have been way more competitive over the last 5. Yeah. But Buffalo has won 4 or 5, and they only lost that game barely to Philly on the road. I think they win this one. They're going to be ticked off. They lost to New England early in the season.
Yep.
Should have brought tissue. Forgot. I'm still fighting a cold too.
Yeah.
Okay. That is 7 locks that I'm feeling pretty good about. Is there any more?
Not locks, no.
I can't call the Raiders a lock, but I think I'm going to try to talk you into them.
No, I already switched. I went Raiders with you on that one.
I can't call Baltimore a lock because they're playing Miami. That's going to be a hell of a game.
That's going to be a good game.
Tennessee, it depends on if CJ Stroud is playing, and we got to break that one down. I can't call KC a lock against anybody. No, I think that's it for locks. You guys see any other ones?
You still have 2 videos yet too, but so where are we at? We took Cleveland over the Jets, right? I'm recapping.
I got Carolina.
You got Carolina. Okay.
Did I pick any other ones?
I'm just trying to make sure I mark them so we
Okay,
go
Carolina,
back.
Cleveland.
Carolina, Cleveland, yep.
Did we have one before Carolina? Was that the first game we talked? That was the first game. Carolina, Cleveland, San Fran, the Rams, Philly, Buffalo. That's 6.
Rams, Philly, and Rams. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right?
6. Carolina, Cleveland, San Fran, the Rams, Philly, Buffalo.
Oh, Buffalo. Okay, so we got that one. Okay, yep, all right.
Looking really quick to make sure there's no more. I think I got one more.
Okay.
I think Dallas is going to take out Detroit in Dallas.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I picked them, but
it's in Dallas.
I think Detroit's going to give them a whirl, but I think Dallas defense has the better end there.
It's a 6-point game.
Yeah.
Maybe this one isn't a lock, but it's
not
one
of
the games of the week, so we'll get into it.
I don't think it'll be a lock.
Detroit can run. I'm going to give you that. This isn't the game where you're looking at 2 top 10s on both sides because Detroit's D is not. They're 24th.
Yeah,
Dallas is still 5th, and statistically, they're still darlings.
Yeah.
But here's my problems with Detroit. They're not great against the pass, and I think Dallas is just going to eat. Now, Detroit can run.
Yes.
Dallas's run D is not special, so I'm a little concerned about that counteracting. But I think Lamb is going to have a field day. I don't think Detroit's going to have an answer for Dallas's passing game. And Dallas, after 2 road games, I think this could be a pissed off one where they explode at home.
Right.
And they're undefeated at home.
Yes, they are. And that's why I took them at home.
I think they win.
Okay.
Ned, what do you guys think? Let's see. Look, I think Dallas wins.
Okay.
Bill, you picked that one too.
I did
Bill,
too.
Bill, your turn. Why don't you pick a fun one?
Pick a fun one? No. I'm going to take
I think you the other Goff.
Pittsburgh at Seattle.
Ooh, okay, that is a fun one.
8-7, 8-7.
Pittsburgh, Seattle?
I'm going to take Seattle. What do you guys think?
You will get the losing Goff pressure. I agree. Yeah, I think the pressure on Goff. He's talking Dallas game still. Okay. I think the pressure on Goff. I think he's going to crumble on the road. I think so too. I couldn't see a scenario where Detroit's run D gives Dallas some fits, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. I think Dallas at home is just a juggernaut.
Yep.
They did have problems against Seattle, but they took them out still. So
right.
All right, Pittsburgh, Seattle. Let's look at this one.
I took Seattle just because I hate Pittsburgh. I can't trust them. So I just can't.
They won last week. They beat Cincy bad.
Sheesh. It's like every time if I pick them to lose, they win, and if I pick them to win, they lose. So it's like I'm staying away from Pittsburgh.
I think I like Pittsburgh.
Do you? Jeez. Oh, I can't trust them, dude.
I almost want to use my veto on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, Ned. God, this one sucks. Is this a roll game? I'm getting different. I knew I was going to get different stuff in the comments. Oh, man, I hate this game. Okay, let's run through their injuries. Let me run through all the data, guys, and then we can try to make a pick, okay?
Okay.
Jamal Adams for Seattle is questionable. Okay. Smith Najigaba, however you say that guy's last name, the rookie receiver, questionable. Yeah. Devin Witherspoon, questionable hip for Seattle. He is probably one of the rookie of the year candidates. He's amazing. He's their best defender. Jordan Brooks, linebacker, questionable. Kenneth Walker, questionable. Noah Fant, tight end, questionable. Frank Clark was out. That was last week. I think he's fine. Okay. Steelers, Pickett, questionable. I think he's missing this game. Najee Harris, questionable. Minka Fitzpatrick, star safety, questionable. Kazee, their other safety, I think he's out. So injuries, even though there's some heavy ones for Pittsburgh, I think they lean in favor of Pittsburgh just barely, but not. I don't know if that's actually true because which is.
And you got to remember,
is Gino healthy? Is he playing?
And you got to remember, they list a lot of people questionable now at this late in the year so that they don't get dinged for not putting them on the injury report and all that stuff too. And so they could be,
fine,
ready to, so that's kind of leery too.
Pittsburgh needs to lose, Joe.
Yeah.
Najee Harris has been questionable switched to since. Yeah, he has. That's a good point.
Yep.
Let me look at something really quick. Steelers, Seahawks. It's in Seattle, right? Seahawks injury report. Hold on. Let me get the official one. Laundry list. Yeah, I agree. Hold on.
Najee Harris since year 2. I love it. That's about right too.
That is. The comments on the screen are adding so much now because now you can see them. I have to read them.
So what's the consensus? Everyone Seattle or what?
My dad thinks Pittsburgh. I think the other two think Seattle.
Okay.
Pittsburgh needs to lose. The problem is Mason Rudolph came out and had a great game last game.
Yeah, but you can't.
And they lit it up against freaking. I know.
He's gonna. I can't trust him.
I got one. Okay. I got a tiebreaker possibly. Let's look at their home road records. Okay?
Yes, do that.
Joe doesn't know. He just wants. Med is Seattle. Joe just wants Pittsburgh to lose.
Yeah,
I agree with them. Seattle's a 3.5 point favorite at home.
Right.
I'm looking at their home road records really quick. My internet's being slow. Hold on.
Yeah.
Maybe leading against the dollhouse. Maybe that'll give me some signal.
And just so you know, I'm at 18%, Isaac, on my phone, but we're good yet. So.
Yeah, we're almost halfway done with our picks, so we should be good. I'm at 40.
Yeah.
Okay. I charged it before because I got to like 80. Are there any Pittsburghs? Yeah, there is injuries on Pittsburgh's team, Ed. Fitzpatrick is questionable. Okay. Home road loss. Okay, Pittsburgh is 3-3 on the road.
Yep.
Seattle at home is 5-2.
I got to go with the home record. I'm still sticking Seattle. You want to veto me? You can veto me, but I'm thinking Seattle.
Is Gino fine? Did he play last game?
Last game, I believe he did.
I missed that one. 12th man. I do like Seattle. It's just a stupid Pittsburgh team finds ways to not be a losing fucking team.
That's exactly.
This one scares me.
You want to roll? Seattle, I don't care. We can roll. I don't know. I just don't trust Pittsburgh. I just can't pick the Pittsburgh.
Walker's expected to play for Seattle. I'm looking at the injury report.
Okay.
All right, let me break down some more stats for you. Go with your heart. I agree. Okay.
Yep. Thank you, man.
Let's pull up. Man, my internet's being slow. Let me just shut this computer. Hold on. Okay. Pittsburgh is 28th in points. Seattle's 19th. I'm doing stats breakdown because I don't know. Pittsburgh is 27th. Seattle's 22nd in yards. Seattle's not much better overall. Seattle is 15th in passing. Pittsburgh is 30th.
Okay.
30th, Bill. 30th.
Yeah. Wow.
But in rushing, Pittsburgh is 16th.
Yeah.
So it's a flip. Seattle is 28th in rushing. So even with Walker, they can't run the ball at all. Time of possession, you look at two of the worst teams in the league. Pittsburgh's 27th in time of possession. Seattle is dead last. 32nd.
Wow.
On D, Pittsburgh is 7th in points. Seattle's 23rd. But in yards, Pittsburgh is only 21st in D. They're not that great, actually. Seattle's 26th.
Oh, man.
So this is not helping.
Nope. Jeez.
I think with the last 5, Pittsburgh beat Cincinnati bad. They had lost 3 before that, including one to New England and one to Arizona. So they look like hot garbage. They got beat by Indy. Yep. They did beat up the stupid Browning team. I hate this year, man. It's so freaking up and down with these stupid teams.
Tell me about
all of them, even San Fran. Seattle's won their last 2. After playing San Fran, they didn't really play them competitively, but they did beat Philly and Tennessee. Identical scores, 20-17. One at home, one on the road. So they won 2. Yep.
Let's do this. Let's take a Everyone out there listening, tell us who you think. We'll go majority rule.
Yeah, I think it's Seattle. Right?
Okay. Seattle?
Matt said Seattle. My dad said Pittsburgh. Joe didn't give an answer.
Okay.
And your phone's about to die, so we gotta.
Yeah, that's fine. We're at 17 and we're good. Okay. I'm gonna go Seattle then. Unless you want to veto it.
Seattle playing for wild card. Joe takes Seattle too.
Okay.
So it's Pittsburgh, but they got Mason Rudolph probably playing. So.
All right. You still got 2 vetoes if you need. All right. Cool. All right. Next one.
I just wasn't feeling amazing about that one. Okay.
Okay.
I want to do the game of the week.
All right.
It's probably the game of the week. Baltimore, Miami.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I want to look at something on Miami. Miami on the road is only 4-3. Baltimore at home is 5-2.
Yep. And that's where I'm leaning.
Pretty close, actually.
I'm leaning Baltimore.
I'm leaning Baltimore. 3.5-point favorites at home.
Yep.
Kane is questionable.
Yep.
Xavier Howard's questionable. Tyreek Hill is still questionable. Waddle now might miss this game. He's banged up. And Mostert's questionable. They got guys. Tua with a thumb is questionable.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? I think Baltimore wins this one. Roquan Smith is questionable for Baltimore, and Patrick Queen, which is scary, and Zay Flowers.
Yes.
But Miami with Van Ginkel, who is I've heard of this kid from Miami. They've got a litany of issues. I think Baltimore's better.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Baltimore's going to put it on Miami. I think so too, man.
And they're still trying to lock the number 1, all that too. So, yep.
We're going to save our Packers for last, okay?
Yeah, that sounds good.
So we took Dallas in that Saturday game.
You want me to recap real quick? Yep.
So I got Carolina, Cleveland, San Fran, Rams, Philly, Buffalo, Dallas, Seattle, Baltimore. Is that right?
Cleveland, Dallas, Baltimore, Buffalo, Carolina, Rams, Philly, Niners, Seattle. Yep.
Baltimore. Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
All right, let's talk the stupid games really quick. You know what? Let's go to the Raiders one for Joe. He's here.
Okay. All right,
Raiders, Indy.
Raiders.
Woo!
Raiders.
I think Raiders.
Yep.
Indy's 3.5-point favorites, but I like the way their defense is playing. Josh Jacobs might make it back.
Yeah.
I just like the way that defense is playing. And Indy's defense is trash.
And another team I hate picking is the Colts.
I do like Indy's coach. They're tough. Yeah, they're up and down.
Yep.
I think the Raiders. I agree with them. Let's go Raiders.
Let's go Raiders. All right.
Okay, Bill. We are 6 away on our last full pick'em. I'm kind of sad. It's been a fun run, dude.
I know it has. Yeah, it has.
White has been killing it. Yeah, they got White if Jacobs is out, or they might have a two-headed monster they can lean on. I agree with Med. Med said Raiders. He said White's been killing it. Joe, we picked the Raiders for you if you're still here.
Yep, we took the. Yep. I'm thinking about the Texans at home beating the Titans.
Where's that stupid game? I don't see it.
No. The Texans or the Titans at the Texans.
Yeah, we should have gone Seattle. I had a feeling we should have switched that one. That was one we missed last week. We were 8-8. That was one I didn't like. Is CJ Stroud going to be back? He is questionable with the concussion. Are they going to bring him back? That's my question.
He's got to clear the protocol.
Are they going to rush him back this season? Because if not,
but they're hanging by the playoff wire. I'd almost think they'd have to.
Joe thinks Titans.
Really?
They did blow in that Seattle game, but it was close, man. It was a 3-point game. They've been competitive their last 5. Tennessee has. They beat Carolina by 7. They lost to Indy by 3. They edged Tennessee, beat Miami. Don't forget that. They lost to Houston.
Yeah.
They played 2 weeks ago. Houston won 19-16. Yep.
Right.
This is a divisional game. They played 2 weeks ago in Tennessee. Houston won it, so it's hard to beat your division rival twice.
Ay.
The way they lost last week, I'm going to go Titans. Houston.
And the way they lost.
Yeah, Houston got destroyed by Cleveland.
Titans, okay.
Let's wait and see if Stroud plays. I'm going to go Tennessee.
All right, let's go Tennessee for now. All right.
That might be my veto on you.
All right, that's fine. I'll mark that veto up. I mean, if Stroud was playing, I'm thinking Texans, but if he's not, then okay.
If they have Davis Mills at quarterback, I have to go Titans. Yeah.
Okay.
Joe
Okay.
and Matt both say Titans.
Good point. Good point.
Okay. Let's do the stupid Atlanta Chicago game.
Go Bears! Bears, Bears, Bears. Because I hate Atlanta too.
It is in Chicago. Are they better at home?
They are better, I think, than they're. I think they what 1-3.
Yeah, they're 4-3.
Yeah,
and Atlanta is 2-5 on the road. I think that's enough of a reason for me to go Chicago. Okay. Bear down. Good. Med loves it. He's a Bears fan. You know who he's picking. Yeah, I'll go Chicago.
All right.
Yay. We actually might make it before your phone dies. I've got, what do we got left? 5, 7. We got 4 left. Okay.
4 left, yep.
We took the Raiders. Which ones am I missing? Saints, Bucks. Saints. I'm going to go Bucks.
Really? I was thinking Saints. So you're going to use your veto? You're going to veto that one?
I may. You were kind of leaning on Tennessee on the other one, though. I don't even know if that was a veto.
Oh, that's true. You still got one veto.
You were
if you
leaning
wanted.
Tennessee, weren't you? Weren't you
I was leaning
Tennessee on that one?
I did. I think
let me use my veto on this one because I might use my veto on Green Bay. Because I think you were going to pick Tennessee anyways. I'm going to go Bucks and veto you. I don't believe in the Saints.
That's fine.
Let me look at.
I just can't trust
the Saints. Are 3-5 on the road
either. I mean, the Bucks, they're looking better now, but it's a division game. The two rivals, anytime they play, the records don't matter. I mean, it doesn't. That's,
Yeah. Okay. Here's my question marks with the Saints.
Okay.
They suck.
Yeah.
Here are my points. They suck. I can't trust them. They suck. They have Derek Carr as their quarterback. They have Dennis Allen as their coach, and both deserve to get fired. And they have to. Yeah, they are. I agree. Look at what Med said.
Disappointing teams that Derek Carr. Yeah. Oh, I know. I get it. But here's the thing. Just like how we don't pick Pittsburgh one week and they wind up winning. Same thing here. Division game. You could have one team dominating, one team not, and the team that's not dominating still beats them. I mean, it's a division game. I hate division games because of that fact. I mean, I don't know.
The Bucks have been one of the hottest teams. They've won 4 in a row, and they actually played Indy tough before that, but they beat Carolina only by 3. They beat Atlanta by 4. They beat us by 14, and then they just destroyed Jacksonville. The Saints lost 5. They lost to Atlanta by 9 5 games ago. They lost to Detroit. They came back, but still lost by 5. They destroyed Carolina. They destroyed the Giants. It's not really saying much. And then they did play the Rams tough, but they lost. That's the Saints' last 5. So the Bucks have been significantly better. Let me see. Did they play this season? I feel like they did, right? They had to have.
They had to have. Yeah, they played week. Oh, let me see. When was it?
The Saints lost 26-9 last time they played.
Okay. So that's what I don't know. Again,
if it was in New Orleans, it's just because it's in Tampa.
Yeah. And I'm just saying, anytime you get those division games, you could have, like I said, Detroit winning and then Chicago with 6 wins only beats them. I mean, it's just, Anyway, I'll go with the Bucks with you too. But
Med has an argument. He says, I get what you're saying, but the Bucks are more than just Baker and a good passing game. Check out the Bucks defense and the Saints offensive stats. Okay, let's do a stats breakdown. We have enough time. We only got 2 or 3 more.
Yeah.
What's your phone at? 15?
I'm at 13 now.
Okay, I'll hurry. Okay.
We're so good.
We got how many left? 8. We only have 3 more after this.
3 more. Yeah, 3 more.
Okay, Saints are set 13th in points. The Bucks are 17th.
Okay.
This is interesting.
That's pretty even. I mean, 13, 17.
The Saints are 16th in yards. The Bucks are 23rd.
Okay.
Bill, your battery's a champion.
You're better.
Okay, the passing is almost dead even. The Saints are at 250. The Bucks are 240 yards. The Saints are 14th. The Bucks are 18th. So only 4 places. This is where it's interesting because Rashad White's a weapon in the pass game, but not in the running game. The Bucks are 30th, but the Saints are only 21st. So neither team can really run the ball, and both are average at throwing the ball. The Saints' time of possession slightly better. So the offense leans barely Saints.
Okay.
This is interesting. Look at this. This is gonna make you're gonna argue Saints. I know you are.
Okay.
Saints are 9th in points on D. The Bucks are 11th.
Okay.
This is so funny because Med said look at the stats, and the stats are saying Saints, but I don't believe the Saints. Eyeball test.
I know.
Saints, so 9th in points, 11th in points. Saints are slightly better. Saints are 14th against total yards. The Bucks are 24th. The Saints are 7th in pass T. The Bucks are 32nd.
Wow.
Tampa Bay is dead last. But in rush D, the Saints are 25th and the Bucks are 7th.
Okay.
The Bucks are 10th in sacks. The Saints are 29th.
Okay.
Stats do say Saints.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my veto.
You going to use your veto? Okay.
I'm going to go Bucks. I just have a feeling.
You got your veto. All right. Tampa Bay then. All right.
So I got one veto left. Okay. What's our other stupid games we have left? All right. Let's go. Did we talk Jacksonville? Carolina? Yeah, we did. We picked Carolina.
Yeah, we did.
Miami. We picked
Miami. We picked Baltimore.
We picked Baltimore.
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
Did not see that coming.
Yeah, right.
Good content. We need a good content. Did we do Tennessee, Houston?
We did Tennessee.
We did Pittsburgh. Oh my gosh, the stupid freaking Denver Chargers game.
Yep.
I'm
thinking Chargers because I hate Broncos too. So I don't.
I mean, they did actually play way more competitive last week. They almost beat Buffalo, and Denver is a way worse team, and they've stood them.
But they lost to New England. They lost to New England.
I don't disagree with you, man.
So no, I just can't. No, I can't do Buffalo.
I know. I hate them.
But it is at home.
Hold on, it is in Denver, and Mile High is. Okay, let me look at their home thing. Hold on.
And you got a West Coast team.
Denver is 4-4. Denver's 4-4 at home.
Yep.
The Chargers are 3-4 on the road.
So yeah, that doesn't help.
The frickin' Staley, he's out. So that helps. Joey Bosa is out.
Okay.
He's done.
So
they've got Stick at quarterback, dude. And they almost beat Buffalo.
Yeah, no, that's true. So you want to go Chargers on the road?
I don't even know. Roll. We haven't rolled on one. Let's roll on one. Wait. Who did you pick?
I picked the Chargers.
If you want them, it's your week. Take them. I don't love this game. Russ is benched. So you've got Jared Stidham and you've got Stick starting. Matt says Chargers. You know what? Let's go Chargers. I'm game. Okay.
Chargers. Got it. All right.
We just didn't roll on any. I thought you'd want to roll in honor of your rolling thing.
My rolling, I don't know. All right.
You want to roll on one? We haven't rolled on one all week.
Maybe on the last. On the last one.
Okay, so we got Packers, and what's the other one? Hold on. Which other game do we
have? We got the Packers and KC, Kansas City.
Roll it.
Roll it? All right, let me get a die. I'm going to get a die. Hold on. I got a die in here somewhere. Oh, where is it? Here it is. All right. I'm going to have, Med, odd or even for the home team?
Med, odd or even?
Odd or even.
Oh, we've got the Cincinnati KC game and then Green Bay. Okay.
Yeah, this is for the Chargers Broncos, right?
Okay, so he's picking for Denver, odd or even, Med?
Odd or even for Denver. Odd. I'm rolling. It's a 6, so we're going Chargers.
Chargers. I wrote it down already, so that works. All right, we're going to talk Green Bay, and we're going to talk them in depth, and then we're going to say peace. Bill's going to say peace for a week. I've got some interesting plans I'll drop before we leave, so I'll make it quick.
What do we do? Cincinnati, Cincy, KC, Cincy. What do we do?
We didn't pick it yet.
Okay.
I'm leaning KC.
I'm leaning KC. Yeah.
They suck so bad.
But that is a veto one if you want. I mean, it could be Cincy. They're fighting for their playoff life right there too. So
is KC.
And so is KC. But KC's defense.
They've sucked. They've been 3-5 over their last 8. They just look so busted up.
Yep.
But Cincinnati, they'd won 3 in a row. They beat Minnesota. They beat Indy. They beat Jacksonville. They barely lost to Pittsburgh, and then they got destroyed by Pittsburgh.
So, I mean,
is Browning did they figure him out? In passing, in yards, KC's 11th in points. Cincinnati's 20th. In total yards, KC's 11th still.
Is KC going to lose 2 in a row at home? That's the question.
Yeah, what's their home record on the season?
Are they going to lose 2 in a row?
This is a hard one, man. I don't like this one.
No,
what do y'all think? Chiefs or?
Yeah,
I appreciate Joe and Med hanging out. This made it more fun.
Yeah, help us out.
Freaking man, I don't know. KC is only 4-4 at home, if you can believe it.
Yeah.
And they're playing Cincinnati. Yeah, he needs to see the injuries. Cincy is 3-4 away from home. Injuries. Okay. All right, let's look them up. This is just on stupid Yahoo. Jamar Chase is still questionable for Cincinnati. Okay. KC, Isaiah Pacheco is questionable. Ladarius Sneed, all-pro corner, probably again, questionable for KC. Watson, who cares? He sucks. Donovan Smith, their tackle for KC, is questionable with a neck. Kadarius Toney, who sucks, but he's probably their third receiver. He's questionable with a hip, and their guard is questionable. Cole Hardman is out.
Okay.
Cincinnati, Jamar Chase, like I said, and obviously Burrow. Jalen Davis, they're missing a corner. Yeah, the Chiefs, I think I agree with Joe. I think the Chiefs do win this one.
Okay. All right.
I don't think they're going to lose 2 at home. I think they're going to figure it out.
All right.
Against Cincinnati. Okay. Packer time.
Yepper.
Packer time.
Oh, man.
They are 2-point dogs. Minnesota's favored in Minnesota. Injuries. There's a lot of them. Of them. Green Bay. Aaron Jones questionable, but he was questionable last week. A.J. Dillon questionable, but he played, so they're both playing. Jair Alexander is questionable on defense, and Campbell is questionable, and T.J. Slayton, and Jonathan Owens, and Quay Walker, and Darnell Savage are questionable, but most of them played last week. Receivers, Jaden Reed is questionable, Wicks, and I believe, I don't see it, there he is, Christian Watson. Yep. Minnesota, though, they've lost some people. TJ Hawkinson out for the year, tight end. Okay. They still have Jefferson back and Osborne, but this is significant. Jordan Addison is questionable. So that is interesting. Wounded, I agree.
Jefferson's gonna still go for 200 yards. He's gonna burn us up.
That's my problem. And they do have Ty Chandler, but they didn't even run the ball last week. But they were able to before that. It is in Minnesota. We do suck on the road.
Yep.
I still kind of want to pick Green Bay.
Use your veto then. Go ahead. I'm picking Minnesota. I just don't see the Packers.
Nick Mullins sucks, man. He had 4 picks last week.
I know, but
we barely beat Carolina.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about.
Minnesota's D is ferocious. Well, not that ferocious. I mean, they're 10th in points, they're 13th in yards. I just don't really like this Minnesota team with Mullins. Something about it. I just don't.
You want to use your last veto? I'm taking Minnesota because I can't trust the Packers, who barely beat Carolina. You going to use the veto?
Yeah.
All right. So you're going Green Bay, really?
About it. I'm not feeling amazing.
You're going Green Bay, really? Man, all right. Dude. Okay.
We might flip that. I might flip it.
I'm gonna reverse that.
I don't feel. Yeah, you're gonna go flip that one on me. You're like, oops. Oh, yeah. Isaac, I'm sorry. I accidentally. Oh man, I accidentally flipped it. Hey, after we get off in a few minutes, go plug your phone in. I want to get the login for this thing really quick.
Oh yeah, do that. Yeah, I'll get that for you. Okay.
Guys, this was fun. I got a couple more things. We're gonna recap, and I got a couple of news things. And also thanks to Joe and Med for hanging out. Joe from Frozen Thunder Network and Med from Shots from the Sideline.
Yep.
It's not confirmed yet, but the Millie Goats podcast, which is an awesome show, I'm going to start giving more shout outs to other shows. He might be hopping on my show tomorrow, and I'm going to be hopping on his. Nice. We got to confirm it, but I think I'm going to go on his for an interview show, and he's going to come on mine, I think. So
nice. Okay.
I will let y'all know.
Cool.
Joe, if you're there, I'd like to invite you on to do this one, like be Bill next week because Bill's gone.
Yeah.
I don't want to make him hop on Tuesday when he's leaving for Disney World the next day. I know he's going to be busy. So
yeah,
Joe, if you want, man, I'd love to do this one with you next week on Tuesday or Wednesday.
You,
I'm going to the casino, so I'll let you know. I'm thinking Tuesday night or Wednesday. Nice. I think that'd be fun. So I mean, you should cut it up, Joe.
Put 20 on black for me.
But yeah, me and Millie Goats are going to do a collab. And then when Bill gets back, I hadn't talked to him about it yet, but I think we'll do a Packers season recap episode and some playoff previews. And we'll feature some teams. But I have some Packer questions for you. Joe said sure. He's on. Yeah.
All right.
I'll let you know. It'll either be Tuesday or Wednesday. Like I said, I'm getting back. Tuesday might work better if it's at night because I'll definitely be back. So I think it'll be Tuesday night next week.
Okay. Cool.
Bill, what are our picks?
All right. We took Cleveland. We took the Cowboys, Baltimore, Buffalo, Chicago, Tennessee, the Raiders, Carolina. We're taking the Rams, Philadelphia, Tampa Bay, Niners, Seattle, Chargers, KC, and Green Bay. So we're taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 road teams. Pretty good balance.
You can flip it to Minnesota. Go ahead.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't really believe in Green Bay either, but
there's
something with this Nick Mullins guy, but our defense sucks so bad.
I
think I just think they're gonna have a field day on with Jefferson back still. I'm gonna watch on Addison, and I'm gonna watch on some of the Packer injuries. If they play, I might flip it. Okay, you can go Minnesota. It's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. All right.
I don't feel good about that game either way. I really don't. You can tell. I almost want to. We suck so bad on the road.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are a better offense than them, though. Surprisingly, we averaged an extra point than them. We're 11th, they're 21st, but it's really close.
Yeah.
On D, though, we're not that different. We give up 2 more points than they do, so it's like almost a wash.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
our defense. I'm not too. I mean, at least stopping the. I can't say. I'm not worried about our defense, but I think our offense will be able to keep pace. Our defense, I don't know if we can stop.
So.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, is Nick Mullins going to have a field day? Like, he had 400 yards last week, but he threw 4 picks.
Yep.
This might be a game where he throws some interceptions. So that's my thought.
Okay.
Frozen Tender, I'm going to ask you guys' thoughts. We threw a lot of Packer stuff in here, so I'm curious what y'all thought.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to probably have an episode tomorrow night. I will let everybody know. Bill will be back in 2 weeks. I'm kind of sad. But Joe's going to come in and be a fill-in next week. I'm excited.
Thank you, Joe.
And Bill's letting me have free reign, so we're going to go 0-16 next week. I'm going to pick all upsets, and they're all going to suck. We'll get like 2 right. Bill, we didn't do it earlier. How far are we out on the stupid picks?
We are, as it stands right now, let me scroll down. We are, we're not doing so well. Right now, we have 151. We're 151 and 89 for the year, so we're 62.9%.
One thing I gotta say that we're gonna fix for next year.
Okay.
Even though picking does stress me out, we'll probably do this again. I hate. It's not the picks; it's the betting. I hate. We'll probably do this again next year. We seriously missed like 5 where we did this and we forgot to flip it. Now I have you go do it right at the beginning, and that would have put us in the money. So I still feel like. I'm giving us. It was literally like 4 or 5 games.
Yeah. I know.
We would have been like 15th.
And I'm going to give you access to the login as well. And if you want to, you know what we could do. And I'm just thinking strategy. It's $100 for the whole year. Okay.
We could each do one and
bingo. And the ones we're not sure on, we flip. And then that's
what I'm for that.
Okay.
I'm going to get your login for it in a second. Okay.
Okay.
I want to say thanks to. Bill, man, it was a fun season. Like I said, we're still going to be here for playoffs, and we'll do in-depth playoff previews.
Yes.
I want to do some season recaps on some teams. It'll be fun to do like a division each episode or some stuff for the teams that miss it. Okay. We'll recap what we did on the picks, but like I said, it runs through the end of the playoffs. Guys, if you enjoy the show, go check it out. It's on YouTube.
Yep.
I've got it on Facebook Live. I'm going to upload it. I'm going to send it. That's a good point. I need to put on my other profile if I can figure it out. But
thank you.
It's on this profile. Yep. It'll be on Rumble. It'll be everywhere audio wise. You get it. Share it if you like it, and leave some comments. Even you don't have to be live. Leave comments. Cool. I'll be putting some more polls up before next week. And did you see the scenario for the Packers to make the playoffs? We didn't talk that yet. Did you see what they have to stink and do?
I think they have to win both. I know that. And then Atlanta has to lose one of the 2 or so. I mean, it's a lot.
It's not, I don't know if it's, hold on, let me look at it really quick.
I thought it was.
They have to win. Last time we're going to get to talk.
Yeah. We have to
playoff scenario. they have to win both.
Right.
Okay, I'm looking at it.
I think Atlanta has to lose. Tampa has to lose. And
we're at the number 10 spot.
Rams,
it's not ideal.
I'm at 5%, just so you know.
Oh, okay. It's the Rams.
Right.
Here's the best two. Yeah, there you go. They're gonna take care of Atlanta this week. It's actually not Atlanta, Bill.
Oh.
We have to win out. We have to beat Minnesota and Chicago.
Okay.
And the Rams have to lose one game. Or we have to win out and Seattle has to lose one game. I'm gonna be honest. I'd rather go 7-10. But if we're gonna make it fun and mess around and win a game or two anyways, that's what we need.
Wow. Okay. So the Rams, I mean, they're playing the Giants, but they should beat the Giants. And then the Rams play at the Niners the last week. So that could be a loss.
And the 49ers might need that for home field. So that would be a real game that they're going to take seriously.
And Seattle, they play Pittsburgh, which that could be, I mean, you never know there. And then the last week they play at Arizona. So Seattle, that's going to be tough for them to lose too.
But the other one's possible. If we win this game, Chicago could be tough, but it's not outside the realm of possibility.
Yeah. Nope. I'm at 3% now, but
Atlanta. Ooh, wait.
Don't worry, we'll take care of Atlanta this week. Okay.
Hold on, Atlanta can come into play if they and the Packers are only two teams sitting at 9-8. In that case, Atlanta would get the playoff spot over Green Bay because it owns the head-to-head tiebreaker.
Yep, that's what I thought.
There's a chance for us to get the 6th spot. We have to win out, and the Rams and the Seahawks have to lose a game.
Okay.
We actually can climb to 6.
And that's possible. That is very possible.
And then we would face Detroit.
Oh, gee, nice.
In Detroit.
Yeah.
I don't trust our D though. We're so bad. I got to see some consistency. So
if we make the playoffs, it'll be a miracle. But anyway, well, I'm at 2%. But hey, thank you, Joe, for filling in for me. Thank you guys for all listening. Thank you. Appreciate all your feedback. That's awesome, guys.
We're gonna go 16-0. Follow the Fun Football Pod on X, Facebook. It's on TikTok, everywhere, and share it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this 30th episode of the Fun Football Podcast. Bill, I'll call you in a few.
All right, sounds good. Thanks. Bye, guys.
Thanks, guys.